Semin, welcome.
Hello, welcome.
How are you?
Well, it's summer, so when the sun is out and when the weather gets warmer, I feel much better. I have to admit. So that's why I'm very actually excited for summer and also and curious.
And curious. What will bring us this sunny days, huh?
Yes, so it's like I hear some people when I'm talking with some people, they program their months, their weeks, and unfortunately, I'm not. I mean, I say unfortunately because sometimes I admire those people, but when it comes to me, it's really for me very difficult to plan my weeks, my months, because I'm a mother of two and I'm married. So there are also other people in my life that I have to also watch their calendar. So that's why, you know, uh, curious because I really don't know how the summer is going to unfold. What, I mean, we made some little plans, but in general, I really don't know. So, and yeah, so as I say, I admire those people who are planning their lives in very details. I don't know if you are one of them, but when it comes to me, I cannot.
It's a great point, actually, Semin. As an entrepreneur, and and I am running this life. I love the unknown. Some people scare it, but I have a little bit adventurous soul, I think. I love the unknown. And this is how I moved to New York. That's another story I would love to share, maybe. But the planning part, I don't have a long-term plan, but I have a long-term vision. I usually focus today, what I need to do today. Even it's changing during the day. I am, for example, I am telling to 1 p.m. I have a meeting, but it canceled. Okay, but I am doing the next step. Mm, as a soul, I have a calm side, and what brings to me, I am just running to that part. I don't have long-term plan. And my answer
Mm.
is, Celine, I will be
I
happy
but
to.
I wanna add to this. I love
Yes,
what you are saying because this is the same. I know my purpose, you know. So that's why I chose also this after age of 38, I changed my life. So I'm living
true.
to according to my purpose, so which is also fulfills me. And exactly, I have a vision on that, but daily base, yeah, I am allowing myself actually to flow because I have the potential to control things. So, and life is right now teaching me just to flow, So, to flow with unexpected things that will arise, and also how I will reply to those unexpected things. So, and yeah, so I think both of us we agree on this that it is good to have a purpose and a vision that is driving us in life. So,
So true. So true.
right?
Even the starting the business, normally all that MBA schools, or all that books telling us, we need a 5-year plans, 10-year plans. Okay, it is good to know, in a financial aspect, where we are going or what we are expecting of the next year, what are the trends. But it is changing. And today, for example, we are talking about artificial intelligence, suddenly it changed. Everything, all projects, all perception about the life, about the business. Um, Stemin, what do you think about the leadership, the
Mm.
aspect of when you look to entrepreneurs and founders, because we will unfold together today what we are doing together under the V Media. But I would love to hear your concept of the leadership. What do you think about that?
For me, the term leadership changed after I started my inner work. Before, I was looking to other criterias, like, I was defining leadership in a different way. But right now, what I really love, for me, a great leader is a leader who is doing his or her own inner work, who can show his or her vulnerability, who can really talk from her or his heart, that you feel it when they really express themselves, and who are conscious, and who are conscious and live their lives according to like walk to talk, talk to walk, so that what they say, they also put it into their own life. So this is, for me, how a leader is, or how a leadership should be, or a leader that I admire more. So so these are my criterias, and so that's why I focus on heartfelt leadership, like because in order to be able to connect with your heart, it's not just only your heart, you have to also be able to connect with your body, to be able to connect to your mind, to be able to connect to your soul. And so all this together, are you conscious about that?
So
and so can you lead from there?
Can you lead from there? When I started this entrepreneurship journey, of course, I was unconscious and I was reading a lot of book about leadership. I was having some education online or in person in Istanbul. There are some structures, how we should be act. And as a person, I have a little bit questioning mind. I am questioning everything. I am not sure what you are thinking about it, but leadership looks like for me so self-centered at the same time. For example, while working in a corporate life, there are corner office and there is a hierarchy. I never couldn't understand this part. Maybe you will ask me why. Because I respect the people not about their school or their academic success. I value the people or respect them because how they are creating the value for their team, for their employees or stakeholders, and who is talking with their hearts. But I think in this generation right now, with technology like blockchains, artificial intelligence, even the leadership terms are changing. Because we are talking about the decentralization organization, it means that we will separate the power and the co-creation, how we are working together right now. And this is we are putting on the table all our skills, what we can do together. There is a mission before everything, before that money or something. There is a mission. I think right now we will talk about mostly co-creation. And I believe, I am not sure yet, but the leadership term as a term will change, will transform somehow. This is what I am thinking. Yeah.
I also believe in that, and I also see examples of that right now, also in my own life. For example, I'm asking the question, can I be the leader to my own self? Like, can I be responsible for my act, for what I say, what I do? So that's why I think leadership is not like leading others, but also is it possible to lead yourself
So
first,
true.
you know. And then co-creation is also like when I was working, I had also this difficulty with the authorities, you know, and like because there's always like the authority, the leader that you have to obey, and there is really you cannot even say your own truth. But in the co-creation platform, that we are all, this is what I believe, we have all gifts. So we are, maybe we look similar, but we have different gifts. And when we come together and co-create, so the outcome is really more remarkable, and it turns to a more in a more harmonious way, you know, that either it can be a project or it can be a brand, and also people are more happy. For example, I'm right now in a community where I am also one of the facilitators, and we are co-creating together, and each time we are also regenerating what we are creating. So it's not like what we created last year was totally okay, so we will continue doing it. No, we are regenerating, we are questioning, we are putting or you know, we are putting or also or we're questioning also ourselves and also the system, you know, or the platform. So, and to be able to question is, I think, is very powerful. Otherwise, everything continues the same way, and for me, it's boring.
It's boring. So true. The other thing more fun. Um, Definitely, I agree with you, Semin. And we have a great conversations every time. And the last time we were talking about the authenticity and the, you know, entrepreneurship and founders. But I had that experience too. It took time to find my tone, to accept my wounds. You know, we are all traumatic.
Yeah.
We have all
All
traumas.
traumatized. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just we need to see that and accept that. And then we should act in the business life. This is what I believe. After that, we will be able to heal the world. But before, it should start with us. I know you are doing these works with entrepreneurs, and would you like to share more about that?
Yes. Yes, I when I say inner work, of course, it comes a time that you really want to also age is or something that happens in your life that you start to question yourself, your life, um, and it came also in me in a point that where I was questioning myself. And when I started questioning, of course, I turned into my inner wounds that I was not aware. So when I started working with my inner wounds, I realized that um, how it is a very fragile place, you know, and sometimes you're not ready, but sometimes you're ready and you go in. So when I work with people, I can relate to them because for many years I am doing also this. I'm working also with myself, and it's also not finished. It's still continuing. So, and when I talk to those people, I can say to them, "Oh, this is very familiar to me. I yes, I mean, I do understand you." So there is always a sentence I always hear. I'm broken and I need to be fixed. So we believe, I mean, it comes from the childhood that we we are broken and there should be somebody who will fix us. But we have to be aware that actually there is nobody who can fix us, and actually there's nothing to be fixed. So what I invite them is to really, without any judgment, I am just there sitting with them in that environment, that space, and I'm just listening, and they are sharing, and I'm not judging, or I'm not trying to change them, or I'm not telling them what they should do, you know. So, and when they have that space, they feel so comfortable, and they say in their life there was no moment they had that, and this is coming from the wounds. So there was no mother, no father, that without any judgments or without any, you know, there was full of acceptance. There was no space like that. And suddenly somebody comes into your life and you're talking, and you can be just you, and it's totally okay, I say. So then a lot of things start to shift in them. This is what I'm also seeing in them, because they also learn to give that to themselves, give that acceptance to themselves, give that compassion to themselves, and be okay with all these parts that are showing up. And also I hear a lot like they want to destroy it. They don't want that part anymore. Like, for example, if there is a judger, they want to destroy the judger. They don't want that judger to be there. But I say this is a part of you. You develop, you know, from your childhood on, and it served you. Maybe it protected you. So, and then when you get to know the judger, and when you get to make some, a dialogue with that judger, you don't see the judger not a very as big as it was before. So it's okay if it's there, you know, you just recognize it and you say, okay, my judger is here. And then you can ask the question, is this really what you believe or what you think at that moment? Is this really the truth? For example, in myself, I realized that there was I had this wound that I have to prove myself constantly, and it was so tiring. And I also hear it from my own clients. It's really a very tiring thing, you know, to prove yourself. And then it came to a moment where I said, well, this is me. I exist. I don't need to prove myself. I exist, you know, I exist
It's
as I
enough.
am. It's
True.
enough. And
True.
then this search for other to you know, to other things
Mm.
were going away, so that I was like, I'm remembering myself, and just to be and just to exist, and just to show up as who I am, or dressed who I am, it's
Definitely.
totally okay. Yeah, and then my energy changes, and it feels good, you
So
know.
good.
I
It's
mean,
so
the taste
peaceful.
of it, yeah, it's a peaceful place. I mean, the taste is
I
really,
know.
I mean, it's not anymore that tiring. You don't need to prove yourself. You can just be here, like with you. I can just be here and even talk about my wounds and my vulnerabilities, but it doesn't
Mm.
change. I mean, like, because this is also something that I had also in my mind, that if I show my vulnerability, then they will not come to me and they will not get the service that I am providing. Guess what? What people are telling me is this: you are so powerful. You're so powerful that you can show your vulnerability, but at the same time be present and also serve. And so those both together, yeah, it's very strong. And then I realize I should not hide, you know, or not should, like I don't have to hide.
Wow, Semin. All my soul pushes right now. All this wisdom and definitely, we don't need to perform. We don't need to perform anything. Just be there. And this is how we are building up the healthy relationships with everything, with ourselves, with our people, with our friends, family, or team, all the world. How we will more how we will be more authentic. At the same time, there are some facts about the world. Yes, there's a big, huge paradigm shift. We are living this. This is the reason we met, you and me. There's a reason behind it because of this huge collective consciousness. We saw that. But at the same time, there are some facts. It's happening. How it will be transformed more.
So when you said it's, you know, like you start the journey actually like looking towards yourself, but then this is the energy what I'm experiencing right now is not just only me, it's actually we. So we are transforming together. And when we are, and when we use the we, and when we are together transforming, it's very powerful. So you don't say, I'm not alone. We are transforming together. So like in this co-creation field, if you are together with those people and if you feel safe enough, that's also important. I think in the co-creation, I think that's the key. Like, first of all, this is also what I'm asking myself. Do I feel safe in this co-creation? Do I feel like being heard, being seen, being felt in this co-creation? Then I enter. Otherwise, I hesitate. Because this is also the wound that we all have, right? We want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be felt. So, and we don't want to be among people that we don't anymore talk the same language, or we don't feel safe, you know, because if those things are not there, you don't want to co-create.
It is fundamental to feel seen and heard. Definitely. Actually, this is a great definition of the co-creation. What does it mean, you know? And so true.
And also feeling safe, you know, can I really speak? Because when you feel safe, you can also speak your truth. Because you know also that it's okay to talk about my truth in that creation. Because because those people will listen also to me when I speak.
Correct. It means that to meet the same consciousness, actually.
Yes.
It means that we needed some ego that we should accept ourselves, who we are. And this is the togetherness. This is another thing in my life. The togetherness means that actually at the same time co-creation. We are not superior or inferior. We are just together. You have your experience, you have your past life. I have my experience and past life. There is no true, there is no wrong, no white, no black. Just we are here. Let's create this harmony together. And they say
Yeah.
love. And when I talk about the love, love is an energy, and the compassion is energy. The empathy is an energy. These are not the concept, and let's define this. No. If we are created this energy each other, it will go to flow. And then let's talk about the profit. Let's talk about all this P&L Excels. But let's start there. And today I feel more brave about to talk about this compassion, love, empathy, because this is the time. This is what we need to push. This is where we need to focus actually all together. And I had a meeting yesterday. I think we will do some collaboration. He is an agency here in New York. And he asked me, what type of companies do you work? And he mentioned some companies I don't want to mention right now, but they told me they are not good people, Duygu. We are working with these companies, not good or bad. They are not providing benefit to the planet Earth. There's some environmental
Mm,
crisis.
mm,
Uh, he
mm,
unfolded that part, and he told me, we are focusing the more purposeful business, and because where we need to focus on. And I agree with him. This is what we are doing too under the V Media. We are transforming to marketing our businesses with more impactful and purposeful. My point is, even these companies, we are starting to focusing more purposeful companies, or we are transforming them with these values. And when you look to his website, is writing, we focus 3 values, and they are to transparency, compassion, and love. I am so happy to meeting like these people around me.
mm. Yeah. I will also say that when we talk about ego, I think it's
Hmm.
healthy to have a healthy ego, you know. But
Tell me more.
but it is not um like, where do you really respond, like, for example, when you say those people are really not um providing good for the
Words.
planet, or for the human, or for the world. It's also a question, is like, I would ask, like, what kind of people they are. So what is their thrive in life? What is their purpose in
Wow.
life? Because we are all different. Like, I was yesterday, my son was graduating, so he is now entering
Yay.
high school.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so and I have also a daughter, and she is 21. So, and both are different, for example, like their purpose and their values are also different. So they
Hmm.
were talking from a totally different perspective. So, but I can't say one is good or one is bad. So for her, for example, she is an artist. So she was saying that I'm not doing this art just for money.
Mm-hmm.
And for my
Mm-hmm.
son, he was like, but you need to have also money. And so also focus on money. His attention was more on money, and her attention was her on more on that she loves to create, and she's not that much focused on the money. So so when I and they're both of my children, right? I cannot say she is right or he is
No,
wrong. So they have both a different perspective of life and different values. So how can we then get those two together and and co-create maybe something that um, comes out of their I mean, maybe they have different values, but maybe they can also co-create something together. So then, can we also invite the diversity in the co-creation? So
definitely.
because there are brother and sister, and if they feel safe, but they share different values, but maybe they can benefit to each other. So for example, when my son maybe graduates from high school, goes to university, he will be maybe more on, his business will be more on money based. So maybe he can also help my daughter, like, or both ways. So in that diversity, how they can co-create together, if they can find something that they can start with. So it was
Mm.
really interesting to listen to them. Before, I was like more judging, but yesterday I was like, yeah, this is interesting to hear from them, different opinions, different
Mhm.
values,
Mhm.
a lot of diversity. Um, but
Yeah,
then I was just questioning, is it also possible to co-create in that
ev
environment?
definitely. Everybody is a uniqueness somehow. We can behave different values because maybe we have a different culture background. But what do you think about the universal values? Is it morality, but in an esoteric meaning? Means that
Mm,
we were doing the compassion inquiry, and you told me this is the angry, but this is the constructive anger,
mhm,
feeling the anger, but this is a
mhm.
constant, it's coming from the
Yeah,
love, it's not coming from the distraction.
yeah.
I think mostly I try to express myself. We shouldn't, we can't be the same person. The uniqueness the weirdness is a great thing. And somebody focused more materialistic, yeah, it can be. I can be more maybe spiritual person. It's perfect. We can work together. But what about um, morality or ethics in an esoteric meaning? Don't
Mm,
destroy, or you
mm.
know, you are doing the something. Let's think about the wholeness, not just for me, not me. I think
Yeah.
this part is most we are focusing on right now together. We are creating the something. Otherwise, ego, you mentioned ego, the healthy ego, this is how we are surviving because it's the part of the surviving. But one thing we should remember, I am doing this not for myself. This is for the wholeness. Or today we are creating this course together on online conscious marketing course, but somebody will benefit it. Let's put on more values, and we are talking, together to how we can create more values under that course. I think this part is important, Semin. Wholeness,
Yeah, so
collectiveness.
yeah, for example, if we met in a group, right? And we were really talking about our values, and it was a very intimate talk. And then
Mm,
and you have your gifts, I have my gifts, and
mm,
suddenly, and also you experience some things that I am in, and I am also coming from a business background.
true,
uh, so, and then we were like, oh, okay, I can understand you, you can understand me. So what about then, how can we get together? And when we get together, it's not just us getting together. I'm pretty sure there are also a lot of people who feel the same, or
true.
who think the same. So what about having them also in this group? And how can we together create something different and change the language, change the action, change the behavior, and and maybe in that way, everybody will feel also much peaceful then at the same time, right? This is what we want. We all want to feel peace. We all
True.
want to feel this love. We all want to feel this joy. And so if we can be together and create this taste, and make it bigger and bigger, and everybody can benefit from that. So it's perfect, right? That's why actually we like when I first started, right? I started in a company where my perception was actually that this company will give me that kind of taste. I entered in, but it was not the reality. But this is what we are looking, right? We are looking
True.
for the taste. We are looking for that feeling, and does it really serve me? Do I feel joy? Do I feel peace? And
Safe.
so when we and safe, and when we come together in this V, how can we enlarge this also? Like, how can we make this expand this? And I'm pretty sure we are not the only people who wants that. So how can we get together then?
Yes.
So for example, this excites me a lot. So uh, for a while because I was walking in my journey, I was alone, but I chose to walk alone because I didn't want to have any other disruptions, and I wanted to really feel how it feels to be just me with my own. But then after COVID, I I realized actually there are so many people who wants to feel the taste that I was also looking for. And then I said to myself, then what if I will walk with them together, but expand it also? Because in COVID, this is what I realized. It was so important that I used to go, I'm living in Istanbul, and I used to go to yoga studio where just only the people from Istanbul could come. And Istanbul is a big city from a certain area where they can, travel also easily. But it was, for me, there was my inner voice was saying to me, no, this is this is not enough. This is because I know there are many other people. So how can I reach other people? And so those other people can also benefit. And then COVID happened, and suddenly I and
True.
Zoom and all these, yeah. And I said, okay, take action. That's the time. And then suddenly I have my old um, students who were also living in different countries who were like in front of me, through Zoom. So we all got connected. So there I realized actually we don't have boundaries. If we really want that taste, we can come together and we can really thrive from there. And it tastes much better to be together. So that's why actually I started to question myself. How can I serve in a more expanded field? Because what I'm looking for is people who wants to actually, who wants to be, uh, who wants to lead from their hearts, who wants to really have this truthful communication, who wants to be seen, who wants to be felt, who wants to be, who can talk, their truth. So I said, why am I looking just in one direction? There are
Let's
many
expand.
people in the world. Yeah,
So
let's
true.
expand. And then
And
we
this
got
is,
together,
and
right?
we got together. So true. And living in the heart. What a beautiful, how can I service or no, I think it's not service, like a mission, living in the heart.
Yeah, it is.
And
This is my purpose.
this is your purpose.
This
I feel
this
that.
is my
I
purpose to
experienced that.
myself, even. I mean, this is my
This is
this is
beautiful.
actually this is my purpose to myself also. How can I really be truthful and 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 really live in my heart and serve to myself, to my family, and to the bigger circle?
Yes, yes.
Because I should not forget also to serve myself or to be served, because you
It's
deplete
starting
them.
there
Yeah,
too.
because then, like, I have to put the oxygen mask to myself also. If I give and give and give and not receive, I burn out. So exactly, this is my purpose, and I each time I question this. So, what is really living in the heart? Am I living in my heart? Am I really walking the path uh, of love? Am I really be true
Mm.
to myself? I'm constantly asking those questions, and it's transforming.
This part is definitely we need one more time. We will do this conversation together. What does it mean living in the heart, and how I will understand I am talking with my heart or I am having actions with my heart? We need these definitions, maybe frameworks, a little bit rational side, because sometimes we need a guidance. We are human beings. Sometimes we lost our compass, sometimes we are losing to our
Yeah,
sight. At that times, we need to look to something. What is that? But it will be our second conversation. And thank you so much, Semin.
thank you.
Would you like to close this conversation with intention or
Yeah, so we can ask ourselves right now, in the present moment, um, like, what is really our purpose? And and what is how do you really want to live your life? And what kind of taste you want to get out of that life?
the last one?
And the
Yes.
last one, how can we be more compassionate to ourselves?
Mm, beautiful. Thank you,
Yeah,
Semin, for your
thank
friendship,
you.
your light. I'm so thankful and grateful to meet you. Somehow we are here together and talk to you soon. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
Bye.
Love from Istanbul to New York.
Great.